The main valve here. This is the main control valve right here. What type of valve is it? Okay, it's an outside screw and yoke valve. Okay, is it on or off? On. How do you know? The stem's protruding. All right. So this valve is on. Okay, the water comes through, and again another control valve which is on, and the water goes up into the piping. All right. Right over here. This is the fire department connection out here. Okay, this is where we hook in and we pump the water into the system. The fire department connection is always going to be above the pump or the sprinkler control valve. Okay, that way if something is wrong here, and we can't get water through this valve, we can always get water above it. All right. There's a check valve. There's a check valve here. Okay. It doesn't allow water to go out. It doesn't allow water to go out, okay? And there's also a drain. This is a drain. So anytime this is used, the water that's in this piping here going to the exterior drains out. Why is that important?
Freeze.
So it don't freeze, yes. Okay? So that's the fire department connection. The thing to know, always above the valve itself, all right? The main drain is right here. This, if you open it, it drains the system to the outside. Well, what's the purpose of the main drain?
After one's deployed, you have to go in the whole system.
Okay, for maintenance, or if you have a sprinkler head that's activated, that's correct, to restore it, you have to drain the system. The system's designed, the entire system's designed with a slope that every bit of the water is going to come to this main drain. So as this sprinkler system's built, everywhere, even up on the top floor, it's all drained. It's all sloped to drain it down to the main drain. Okay, so by opening that, it will drain the entire system. Okay. This here is just a test valve. Okay, at the furthest point there's a test valve that we can open up to test the system. What it does is basically the same as a sprinkler head if it would activate. Okay, it's just creating a flow in the system to make sure that the system works properly. Okay, water flow alarm is right here. Anytime we have water flowing through this system, that water flow alarm will activate. That'll trip the alarm system. To trip the alarm system, set the building alarms off, and also transmit the alarm to the monitoring company. Okay, so that's the main sprinkler alarm, flow alarm. There's also alarms on the main control valves. They're called tamper alarms. In the event that someone would try to shut this off, the tamper alarm will come on. Okay, it will also send a signal, right, just to prevent anyone from tampering with the system. All sprinkler systems by code has to have a sprinkler head box. It has to have at least 2 of each type of sprinkler head in the system. Okay, it's also must have a wrench. Okay, to change the sprinkler heads. Okay, this is code, it requires this. And you can see the different types. This here's a different type than the others, so they're required to have at least 2 of each type. Okay. This has to be in the vicinity of the sprinkler valve itself. It doesn't have to be right on it. It can be mounted on the wall, but it has to be in the vicinity of the sprinkler valve. All right? That's basically how this system's set up. This is an easy one. It's a wet system. There's always water in the system. Okay? It's basically a very, very easy system here. Now it gets more complicated when you get into a dry system. You have a dry valve and whatnot. The building right across the street, which I don't have access to that, but it has a dry system in the back. And, I wish we could get in there because you can see the dry valve and how it's set up.
Now, most of these are supposed to have chains on them, right?
If they don't have a tamper alarm, they have to have.
They have to have a chain on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the one thing I noticed on our books that we're
Yes. Yes. That is correct. That is correct.